So thank you, the organizer, for giving me this opportunity. Myself, Kundan Sharma. I'm working as assistant professor in Government College, Nagrota Bagwan, Himachal Pradesh, one of the state of India. Today, I'm going to talk about the indigenous technologies to check food adulteration. So in my presentation, I will more focus on the food adulteration part. I've just included the indigenous technologies because in my presentation, I just put all those slides where we can check the food adulteration at home only. So this presentation explores all about the indigenous methods for detecting food adulteration, emphasizing traditional methods and cultural significance. So why I chose this theme? To emphasize the relevance of these indigenous innovations and to showcase the work of Indian scientists, provides an opportunity for the public and scientific community, domestically and worldwide, to unite, collaborate, work, and to contribute to the well-being of the humanity, to address the global concern and emphasize the need to make India Atmanirbhar through science and technology. This indigenous knowledge and technology have been linked since the beginning of time. The fundamental concept of this knowledge can and should underpin the development and role of technology. Indigenous knowledge refer to the knowledge unique to the people living or involving a particular area, resulting from historical behavior and resources. Linking this knowledge and technology can effectively engage communities in their contextual development process, and by this way they can contribute. For example, include indigenous food and food technology. So through indigenous technologies, we have developed INS Vikrant, we have developed Covaxin for the that is COVID-19 vaccine, Jacob D, world's first DNA vaccine, Corvax, first indigenous developed receptor binding domain protein for the vaccine against COVID-19. This part was all about the indigenous things we have developed and the correlation between indigenous technology and indigenous knowledge. How we can achieve the Viksit Bharat, because it's our target to achieve the Viksit Bharat developed nation by 2047. So through indigenous technologies, which are the embodiment of our rich cultural heritage, wisdom passed down through the generations and innovative solutions to address the unique challenges of our diverse society. They stand as a testament to the ingenuity and resilience of our people. They offer not only solutions to pressing socioeconomic and environmental challenges, but also serve as a bridge between them. For example, traditional farming techniques that promote organic and sustainable agriculture to artisanal crafts that preserve our cultural identity. Now comes to the main part through which I will use the indigenous technologies or indigenous methods. This is the worldwide concern that food adulteration is the new concern worldwide. Food adulteration is the act or process of intentionally or willingly degrading the quality of food item offered for sale, either by the addition or substitution of the foreign substances or by the removal of some valuable ingredient to increase the shelf life or to make it more lucrative. These are some of the paper news across India about the food adulteration. About 40% of food item adulterated. This is the RTA response. 226 cases of adulteration of milk in the last 6 years. 1.5 crore pepper coated with cancer-causing oil seized. To get 3-month imprisonment for selling the adulterated salt. So why people do this? What are their objectives? The very first thing is to gain more profits, to increase volume of trade by showing lower prices, to make the food presentable, to increase the quantity, shortage of authentic ingredients, to increase the food demand, lack of awareness. So that's why I'm giving this presentation to cover the last line of this slide, to sensitize to where the people about the adulteration happening across the world. So what are the disadvantages for the consumers? They have to pay more for the food stuff, which is of lower quality. Example, addition of argemone oil to the mustard oil causes epidemic dropsy. You can see in the images. Adulteration of edible oil with tryptophan phosphate, TCP, results in paralysis and sometimes death. Now we have uh, three kinds of adulteration. One is intentional adulteration, that is done for the financial gain, addition of sand, marble, chipstone, and something like that. Incidental adulteration, that happened due to the carelessness and lack of proper hygienic condition while the processing, packaging, storing, and transportation. And last one is the metallic adulteration, to add some metallic element like arsenic from pesticides, lead from water, effluents. So let's talk about these some common adulterants, a disease caused by them, and how to check them indigenously at home. First is milk. This can be adulterated with starch, urea, formalin, detergent, and water. What are the health effects? Starch causes diarrhea, may be fatal for diabetics. Urea overburdens the kidney and may cause renal failure. Formalin, liver and kidney damage. Detergent, renal failure. Water, decrease the nutritional value. So how we can check this adulteration at home? So put a drop of water of milk on a polished slanting surface. Pure milk either stays or flows slowly, leaving a white trail behind, whereas the adulterated water will flow immediately without leaving a mark. So this is the indigenous method to check the adulterated milk at home. Then how you can check the adulteration of detergent in milk. So you take 5 to 10 ml of sample with an equal amount of water, shake the content thoroughly. If milk is adulterated with the detergent, it will form dense lather over the surface of the milk. You can see in the image, right side of the image, they have some detergent. So this is adulterated milk. Then how you check ghee? So ghee essence is used in cheaper oils and passes off as pure ghee. So oleomargarine in animal fat added to the butter. Mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes added to the ghee that can cause cancer, acute renal failure, uncontrolled trans fat, diabetic, other cardiovascular diseases. So how you can detect? See in the image. You can take half teaspoon of ghee butter in a transparent bowl. Add 2-3 drops of tincture of iodine that is easily available in the market. Formation of blue color, this will make blue color with the iodine. Indicates the presence of mashed potato, because potato contains starch, and when starch combined with iodine, it will always give you blue color. So this is the indigenous way to check the adulteration in the ghee at your home. Then the mustard seed and oil, argemone seed and oil, mineral oil, these are the adulterants that usually added to the mustard seed and oils. That can cause epidemic dropsy, glaucoma, cancer due to mineral oil. So how you can detect? Because they look like very similar. So take a small quantity of the mustard seed in the glass plate and examine visually. Mustard seeds have a smooth surface, and when pressed inside, it is yellow in color, whereas argemone seeds have grainy, rough surface and black in color. So by this way, you can check the adulteration of the argemone seed. How to check the adulteration? Sugar, salt. The common adulterants are chalk powder, washing soda, urea, white stones. They can cause respiratory problems, diarrhea, nausea, and vomiting. So how to check the detection of adulterant? White powder in iodized salt. Stir half spoon of sample salt in a glass of water. If salt is adulterated, solution turns dense white turbid. You can see in the right image. The left image is of pure salt, but on the right hand side, you can see this salt is adulterated with the white powder because it does not making a transparent solution. So how to differentiate between a common salt and iodized salt? Again, you can check with the help of potato, because iodized salt contain iodine, potato contains starch. So when you put some of few drops of some of the salt and then few drops of lemon juice, if your salt is iodized, blue color will develop on the potato surface. But in case of common salt, if there is no iodine in the salt, then there will be no blue color. You can also check the detection of chalk powder in the sugar. Dissolve a 10 gram of sugar into 50 ml of water. So if the solution sugar is mixed with chalk, the adulterant will settle down at the bottom. Otherwise, it will not settle down. Then turmeric, adulterants are aniline dye, non-permitted colorants, lead chromate powder. They are carcinogenic, highly carcinogenic. They can cause paralysis, anemia, brain damage. So this way you can check. Add small quantity of powder in a transparent glass of water. Pure turmeric powder leaves light yellow color while settling down, whereas the adulterated turmeric will leave a strong yellow color while settling down. So right image you can see on your slide, on your picture, is the adulterated one, while the left one is the non-adulterated. Like chili powder, the common adulterants are red brick powder. They cause stomach disorder. They're also Sudan dye is carcinogenic. So this way you can check. Add sample of chili powder to water. The sawdust will float on the surface of water while chili powder will settle down in the bottom. So if there is a sawdust as the adulterant in your chili powder, it will float on the surface. Then sugar in honey, you can also check. The left image is the pure one. The right image is the adulterated one. If you have a pure honey, your pure honey will settle down in the water. But if it is adulterated with sugar, it will look like this. Then chicory powder in the coffee powder, because it looks like the same. So take a transparent glass of water, add a teaspoon of coffee powder. Coffee powder floats, whereas if there is an adulterant chicory, then it will sink and make a colored solution. Detection of bran in wheat flour. So you can see in the image, the right one is the adulterated one, where your bran will float on the surface. Papaya seeds, similarly, if your black pepper is pure, it will settle down. But if your black pepper is adulterated with the papaya seeds, the papaya seeds will float over the surface of the water. So this is again the indigenous way you can check at home. Then because today we usually use these frozen peas. So take little amount of green peas in a transparent glass, add water to it and mix well and let it stand for 1 hour. Clear separation of color in water indicates adulteration. So you can see on the right hand side, your peas are adulterated. They have put color on the peas just to make them decorative. But on the left hand side, you can see if you even kept them for 10 or 20 hours, they will not lose any color. Maggie, this was the very major issue in India a few years back, even banned for 6 months. So what was the major violations? The main content that was that causes the violation was the presence of lead, which exceeds the maximum limit set by the Food Standards Authority of India, which is 2.5 ppm. And there was the misleading labeling information on the package, reading no added MSG, but there was MSG. Release of non-standardized food product in the market like Maggi, oat masala, noodles with tastemaker without risk assessment. These were the major violations. So what is this MSG? So this is the notorious taste enhancer. Worldwide it's using everywhere nowadays, in every food industry, in hotels, restaurants. So commonly used as Ajinomoto, the secret ingredient is actually monosodium glutamate, because we are talking about the chemistry, and this is the chemistry. It interacts with the other flavors and enhances the taste by triggering the receptors of your taste buds. The primary complaints after excessive consumptions are the headache, sweating, numbness, nausea, and weakness. This is another issue these days. This must be taken into consideration while buying something like this. And we have to check whether we are buying the ice cream or we are buying the frozen desserts. There is a major difference between two. Whereas ice cream are made from pure milk and cream, these frozen desserts are generally made from vegetable oils and fats, which are very harmful, especially palm oil is very harmful for our heart. Ice creams are rich in protein, calcium, dairy cream, and vitamins, whereas frozen desserts look like ice cream, but they are unable to give smooth taste and flavor that only ice cream made from fresh milk can give. So these are the major differences. There is a act in India enacted in 1954 by Indian Parliament. The objective of this act to ensure pure and uh, good food to the consumers and to protect the consumers from fraudulent and deceptive trade practices. There is a 6-month imprisonment and a fine, and both as well. This is the Food Safety and Standard Authority of India who are looking after all these things. These have been established in 2006 and created to regulate the manufacturing processes, storage, distribution, ensure availability of the safe and wholesome food. So these are some of the acts and amendments time to time set up by FSSAI in India to ensure the food safety or to check the food adulteration. So how we can do the community engagement and educate the people? So effective food safety measures require active community involvement, educational initiative aimed at both indigenous populations and the broader community can enhance understanding of these adulteration risks and foster the exchange of knowledge. Workshop and conferences like this and programs that incorporate traditional practices alongside scientific information can empower communities to take proactive steps in these safety measures. So in conclusion, I would say the exploration of indigenous technologies, food adulteration detection reveals a profound relationship between the traditional knowledge technologies and modern science. By valuing and integrating these methods, though I have only shown the indigenous methods, but there are traditional modern methods are also to check the adulteration, we can improve food safety and standard and ensure a more sustainable future for all communities along the world. So thank you organizer for giving me this opportunity. Thank you so much.